Hello there. Good afternoon. It's me again. How's work going? How's it treating you? Good, I suppose. Yeah. So today I would like to talk about conflict resolution at workplace. What's conflict? Conflict is having different opinions or view about an issue. Conflict is bound to happen. There, there are a lot of places you can have conflict. You could have conflict in your home. You could have it on your job. You could have it among your siblings. You could have conflict anywhere. However, today I would like to talk about conflict in workplace. We meet people from different background. They come from different cultural background. So you don't expect everybody to think the way you think. You don't expect them to act like you do. You don't expect them to always say things the way you say it. However, when such situation arise, when conflict arise in a workplace, how do you resolve it? Because if there is conflict in a workplace, most especially if you have team members, the rate of productivity will be affected severely. So this brings me to the point where I would like to talk about ways in which we can resolve conflict in an organization, in the workspace. One, you have to communicate. Communicate. Communication, like we all know, is one of the bedrock of any relationship, be it professional relationship, be it your personal relationship with your wife, your spouses, your children. Communicate well. Sometimes conflict of interest can stem from communication that's not properly understood. For instance, you could be saying the same thing, but saying it from different angle. If you are saying, let's say for instance, I want to go from point A to point B, and I decided to go this route, and you have another person who wanted to go from point A to point B, deciding to go another route, you all have the same thing, getting to the other point, but you are taking a different direction. So exactly it is with communication. So one of the ways which you can resolve conflict is to communicate. Communicate your thought with your subordinate. Communicate your thought with your team members. And then having communicated with your uh, team members and your subordinates, the next thing you need to do is to actively listen. Listen. You need to develop your listening skills. Let your listening skills, let it be more than you wanting to respond. Sometimes when someone is trying to hear their own views about the situation and they feel as if they are not being heard, it hampers effective communication. So when you're trying to resolve a conflict in the workplace, make sure that you listen actively. Do not try to interrupt or try to uh, um, make your point known. However, not that you will not get your point across. However, allow the other party to finish first. Having done that, then you can now communicate. So having done that, the next step is to options review options, review what the person is saying. And same way goes to the other party. The other party will review what you're saying respectively. Do not be arrogant. Do not make the other person feel lesser than they are. Because even if they have something, even if they have some point that might be valuable, they will want to shut down because you're making them feel lesser of themselves. So you need to review options. And another thing, the last but not the least, is end with a win-win. Of course, when you have a conflict within an organization, you always want to arrive at a conclusion in which both sides sees it as a win-win for them. Both sides feel as if their voice is being heard, and the other side too feel as if their voice is being heard. That creates a win-win situation. And when you have a situation in which both parties feel like they won, conflict get resolved. So As I close, wherever you find yourself, wherever you find yourself involved in any conflict, most especially if you're in an office setting, you need to tread with caution and then apply the acronym CARE. The C there stands for communication, communicate. The A stands for the act of active listening. Listen to the other parties and understand what their concerns are. And the third one is to review opinions. Review your own opinions and review the other people's opinion. And then the last but not the least is to create a win-win. After all, nobody wants to lose an argument. Nobody wants to lose as if nobody wants to feel as if their opinion doesn't count. So you create a win-win situation and get the problem resolved. I hope with this video you'll be able to apply these simple steps to avoid conflict. And if there is any conflict within your workplace, using these steps will help you resolve it quickly.